No emergency, but you might have noticed a little haze in the sky today. That is actually from some Canadian wildfires in eastern Canada. And because of this ridge of high pressure sitting across the central and eastern part of the nation, that smoke has been able to really ride along the east coast and move toward the Gulf Coast. So the smoke there, very light smoke, but a bit of a haze in the skies this afternoon and evening, is from those Canadian wildfires. We also saw a little bit more cloud cover in our skies as well today, with a few isolated showers, not much. 86 degrees. Humidity was a little bit higher during the day today. We had more dew points in the 70s, so that did give us a little bit of a heat index. Feels like 91. Wind still breezy out of the east at 16 miles an hour. Those winds will be settling a bit more during the day tomorrow. So with some passing cloud cover and a few isolated showers, didn't see much in the way of any rainfall, but it did kind of help to mix up a little bit of that smoke that has been kind of settling in the mid levels. Not much though, and rain coverage is about 10% during the day today. In the 80s outside, still a few upper 80s and low 90s out over Baton Rouge, with dew points, as I mentioned, a bit higher than it was yesterday. And we'll keep the dew points about the same, upper 60s, lower 70s, until our strong cold front moves in for this coming weekend. Cold front is still in the forecast. Don't worry about it. 89 was our high today, and notice our morning low was at 74 degrees, but it was at 212 in the morning. So it was early as the dew points started to rise during the overnight. So did the temperatures. So our temperatures weren't quite as cool this morning at wake up time as the humidity began to increase. What will send our strong cold front our way is this developing upper level trough. It's still basically in the same position as it was yesterday, but it's starting to get more of that cold air out of northern Canada that'll be moving southward. Now, clearly the bulk of the cold air is not going to be coming due south. December, January, February, yes. Early October, no. But it's just showing you that this is a potent air mass change that'll be moving southward. Now, the core of this will stay to our north, but we are looking at a fairly deep upper trough that will bring in a noticeable drop and more of a fall-like feel for this weekend and continuing into early next week. Now, it does look like toward the end of our 7-day forecast, going kind of 7 to 10 days, we will likely start to see our temperatures rebounding a bit, maybe getting near or just above average. The temperature outlook in that same time frame, so kind of after the air mass moves in and then starts to retreat, we have a slightly better chance of us staying below average. But I do certainly think our temperatures toward the end of next week will be on the rebound. Temperature-wise, though, they're going to be coming way down. We'll have highs in the 70s from Saturday to Monday, and then only lower 80s by next Tuesday. Our morning temperatures will also be noticeably cooler. Morning lows next couple of days, 60s, 70s, maybe a little bit milder Friday morning ahead of the front. Then as the front moves on through, check out the morning lows on Sunday. There we go. 50s and 60s, maybe even some upper 40s a little farther to the north. And in terms of rainfall, which we desperately need, maybe some stray showers Thursday, mainly into Friday, earlier in the day at about 30 to 40%. And as far as rainfall totals go, these numbers respond to about or represent about 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. So we are not talking about much at all. The humidity will be coming way down as well. So good feel air in place. And with that less humid air, that will allow our temperatures to get cool. And if the dew points are supportive in the 20s and 30s, I do think we could easily see morning lows in the upper 40s north of the lake come Sunday morning. Sunday and Monday morning will be our two chilliest mornings. I don't want to say coldest. Only area of activity that we have right now is Philly. I also wanted to show you real quick something that we may be talking about in the coming days is some of the models indicating perhaps some tropical development in the Bay of Campeche or Southern Gulf in the next 7 to 10 plus days. So we've got plenty of time to watch it. Certainly nothing written in stone right now, but just to point out that that may be something that we're watching as we head toward next week. We could use the rainfall, but right now none of the models bringing anything our way anyway. Temperatures in the upper 80s over the next several days, then that big drop in temperature, more of a fall-like feel for our first full weekend of October.